Hello and welcome. I'm Joanna. You're what?
Jam.
Jam, or Julian. Jam is his nickname. And welcome.
And this is
How We School.
Cha Cha Choo Cha.
I cannot have any more add-ons to our intro. His intro, because it took me forever just to add the cha-cha to it, as he had wanted. So he keeps making it longer and longer. Anyways, as I was saying, welcome. I'm happy you're here. We are a homeschooling mama and son. I have two older kids who are adults, and Julian is my homeschooler. Today, we're going to talk about one of our favorite things, books. And if you've been to our channel before, you know we really do love books. We read quite a lot in this house. And so today we want to wrap up the second half of middle grade March, what we read for the second half. I will link below in the description box the video to the first half of middle grade March, what we had read, and our current reads, and the rest of our April TBR pile will be in this video. I'm going to start because he's looking at a picture book here. So while he's doing that, I'm going to show you guys what I read for the rest of middle grade March. So I chose Mandy by Julie Andrews Edwards, and this book went with the prompt of an orphan or a book that was older than me. So I enjoyed this book. It was very reminiscent of maybe like The Secret Garden. She has her own little secret place and she is working on the garden there. So it was a lot like that. Has a beautiful ending. I really enjoyed this one actually, very much. Maybe I think I like the writing maybe better in The Secret Garden, but Secret Garden was a little bit more problematic for me, where this was just really sweet and nice, and it's just a really beautiful book. So I enjoyed it, and it went through the seasons. It was Christmas, there was summer, there was spring. I really enjoyed it. It was a beautiful book. It's a good one. Another book I read, this was for the contemporary prompt. I went with Towers Falling by Jewel Parker Rhodes. I enjoyed this book. It wasn't my favorite, but I did enjoy it. It was interesting. It was about a girl and her family and the troubles they were experiencing, and her learning about 9/11. She didn't know about it, and she comes to learn quite a bit and how it has affected her family, even though it happened before she was born. So I really enjoyed that one. The other book I read was Sweep, the Story of a Girl and Her Monster. And I did this for the orphan category or prompt for middle grade March. I really enjoyed this. It was beautiful. I cried. I laughed at Charlie. It was really nice and touching. And it does touch upon the chimney sweeps from, I forgot what years already, but it was something I really truly didn't know about how they would have children clean the chimneys and how dangerous it was. It was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I'm probably going to have Julian try to read it, or I will read it to him. I really enjoyed it. And this is my first book by Jonathan Auxier that I've read. So I'm excited because I do have, I believe, one or two other books by him. So it was good to read this one. I enjoyed it a lot. The other book I read, and I'm still reading because I kind of just hit like a plateau, I guess, and I stopped kind of reading, is A Single Shard by Linda Sue Park. And we love Linda Sue Park so much. She was probably one of the first middle grade books that Jam and I read together. It was the Wing and Claw series. It's a trilogy, and right? Do you remember Wing and Claw? Yes, it was one of our favorites. And I don't know if it's a favorite because we loved it or because it was the first like series and middle grade books we read together. So yes, I'm still reading this one, and I do plan on finishing it. Julian, you ready to share what you read in middle grade March? Well, we'll do this one. Sure, but you have to tell them what you think of it, right?
I read 5 stars.
Something's on your wall here. Okay, Well,
5 stars.
for this one, really? The Family Under the Bridge, and this is by Natalie Savage Carlson. And we both read this one for a book that was older than us. We both read it. I didn't quite like it that much, and I had to kind of talk with Julian about some of the words. Not some, but there was a group of people, the Roma people, and they called them another word, and I was like, we're not going to use that word. And stuff. But besides that, I mean, it was a very cute story, but it's about this family that becomes homeless. They're under the bridge. That was this old man's spot, and he doesn't want to fall in love with children, and he falls in love with them. But it just kind of like happened so suddenly. Like there was nothing that made me feel like, oh, that will totally make his heart melt. It was okay. But we also read this for Lightning Literature, right? Was it for Lightning Literature that you did this book, Julian? Hello? Yes? Okay, I think, yes. So that was one of the books that we both read for middle grade March. These Julian read during middle grade March, correct? Gamers, let me see, I want to do Gamer Squad, Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind by Kim Harrington. And Gamer Squad, App of the Living Dead by Kim Harrington. He read both of these. He has read the first one. I'm sure it was either in the last video or another video. He read both of these. He flew through these. He loved these. This took him maybe 2 days to read each. Yeah. What do you rate these? 5 stars, right? You told me. Yeah. He absolutely swallowed these. I have ordered another book by Kim Harrington because there's only 3 in the series, and he was so sad. I'm sure he's gonna read them again, actually, to be honest with you, because he flew through these. Another one he read was Action Presidents, Real History, Fake Jokes. So it was cute on George Washington. This was, he said, funny and informational. What did you think of this one?
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. He really enjoyed it. And he said he learned a lot. And finally, he had read New Kid for the first half of middle grade March. And he loved it so much, he begged me to get Class Act by Jerry Craft. So we got Class Act, and this is a graphic novel. And what did you think of Class Act? Amazing. Was it Through the Roof? Was it as good as the New Kid? Which one did you like better? You like both the same? Okay. Yes, he really enjoyed these. So that was what we read for the second half of middle grade March. As I said, it wasn't very much because I don't know what happened to us. I don't know. But we did start this book, and we are maybe a quarter of the way through. And it is Pilar Ramirez and the Escape from Zafa. We had pre-ordered this book, and when it arrived, as soon as we were done reading the other books, we started it. So far, it's interesting. I'm not sure if I really like it yet, but somebody is really enjoying it. Pero like, it's okay. Because she says that all the time. She's like, pero like. So, which is something I would totally say in real life, but not on video because you all would be like, what is she saying? So he's enjoying this one. And I'm not sure yet. So I'll let you guys know. I started The Last Cuentista with Julian because I had read it, and this is by, oh, I didn't say who this one was by. I'm sorry. This is Julian Randall. And, and this one's Donna Barbara Higuera. And I read this, and I started it for Julian. He's just not interested. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe next year he'll want to read it. But this is a great one. I reread it, but I've kept the bookmark where I left off with him. You can see we didn't get very far. Chapter 5, I think. Yeah. And he's like, he's not into sci-fi, he says. And if you see our other video, he read a book called Sci-Fu, and he didn't like, it was a graphic novel, and he didn't really like that one either. So maybe sci-fi is not his thing, but sci-fi is not my thing. But this book was my thing. I reread it. I love, love, love this book. And I recommend it to everybody. Julian is currently reading, he's halfway through Nim's Island, and he's doing that one with Lightning Literature. We are both reading, we each have a copy, so we read along together, My Side of the Mountain by Jean Craighead George. We're doing that for Oak Meadow for Science. Julian's other current read right now is Wild Rescuers, Guardians of the Taiga. Is that how you pronounce that? You know the Taiga Woods? I don't know. By Stacy Plays. And he is pretty far. He's at page 62, chapter 6 right now. So he'll be done with this one shortly. And our TBR pile is really short because April's a busy month, so I don't want to we've already started those other books, and I don't want to feel like, oh my gosh, we have to get to all these books. If we get to extra books, amazing. But for right now, this is all we have, is A Storm of Sisters by Michelle Harrison. And for the beginning of March or February, I can't remember, we read A Tangle of Spells. And this is, I believe this is going to be the last book in this series. And we just love the Wittershins. So we're super excited to read this book. Are you excited for this one? No? Yes or no? He is reading. He's not gonna, I don't know why he's in this video with me. It's like he's not even here. And finally, the other one I have is...
That's because I just want to read.
Oh, okay. I will not ask you any more questions. Deal?
Can I get out?
Yes, of course you can get out. He's the one who wanted to sit with me.
I
You weren't
never wanted to do the video.
You weren't opposed to it. You didn't say, no, I don't want to. All right, and that's okay. I'm up to the last book that's on our TBR for April. It Rained Warm Bread, Moish Moskowitz Story of Hope, story by Gloria Moskowitz, Sweet, and poems by Hope Anita Smith, and illustrations by Leah Leon. Has anybody read this? Let me know what you think. I want to say this is about World War II, if I remember correctly. Can't remember. But I'm excited, and because it is written in verse. I'm pretty sure. It says, Moish Moskowitz was 13 when the Nazis invaded Poland and his family learned the language of fear. The wolves loomed at every corner, yet Moish held on to the blessings of his mother's blueberry pierogi, of celebrating the Sabbath as a family, of a loyal friend. But each day the darkness weighed more heavily on Moish as his family was broken, uprooted, and scattered across labor and concentration camps. Just as his last hopes began to dim, a simple act of kindness redeemed his faith that goodness could survive the trials of war. That was the day it rained warm bread. Doesn't it sound good? Yeah. I'm going to have, our next video should be a book haul. This was, these were the two recent books, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, they're on our TBR pile. We have to read these this month. So that was our second half of Middle Grade March, what we're currently reading, and our April TBR pile. All right, thank you guys so much for coming. If you've read any of these and you love them, and I need to get to it quicker, which really was just 2 books because the other ones we've started, let me know. We're excited to jump into these books, and we'll be back to let you know what we thought of them at the end of the month. All right, you want to say bye?
Bye.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you stopping by. I am waiting. I know if there's one thing he wants to do, it's the opening and the closing of the video. Correct? Yes. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.
And that's a wrap.
A what? A wrap.
And that's a wrap.
You're trying to make it longer, aren't you? All right. As I said, we'll see you next time. Bye.